it's so nice to be with you. I love all the things you say and do. And it's so nice to be with you. I love all the things you say and do. And it's so
Really nice to be with you. I just got to warn you, this episode is just going to be a gush fest. It's been a long time since I've made a purchase in the vaping community, in the vaping game, that I've been so happy with. So nothing about, well, there's one or two things that I'd like to change, but let's talk about the Skyline. This is kind of my first dabbling into HE, high-end vape goodies, and this was 220 euros, and that's more than I've spent on a tank than ever before. And I kind of thought I was out of my mind, because that's a lot of cash to lay down for one tank. Okay, where do I start? Okay, to get one of these, for starters, is just about impossible. You've got to be in the secret groups, you've got to know somebody. It's just nearly impossible. And I think that might be part of why the HE or high end is such fun, because you can't just go and buy stuff. Excuse me. You can't just go and buy stuff. You've got to know somebody and have a connection of a connection's connection. Well, luckily, when I saw this Skyline in one of the groups, I wanted one desperately. So I made contact with a mate, and he said, oh, you know, the list is closed and there's only a few available, and but he'll see what he can do. And about 10 minutes later, I get a Facebook messenger. Go there, and who am I talking to? I'm talking to Vasilis. Who is he, you might ask? He is the man at ESG. He is the designer, manufacturer, owner of the Skyline tank. And my mate was in the chat, introduced me, and explained that I really would like to buy a Skyline. And Vasilis kindly said, no problem, I'll send you an invoice and I'll ship you a Skyline. So this Skyline was actually the first on the African continent in my hand. My mates did land before mine, but he only got it in his paw a day later. So kind of this counts as the first on the African continent. Okay, what can I say about this tank? I mean, if we start from the packaging, comes in a beautiful presentation box. This is all the goodies and the O-rings and spare screws and grub screws, etc. Comes with two drip tips, a stainless steel and a Delrin, and it comes with two different decks. This is the mouth to lung deck that's still in the box. I prefer straight lung head. So that's the first bonus about this tank. It's all things to all people, and it's got, I would say, a medium airflow, and there is a new deck coming out in the not too distant future which has got an even bigger airflow. This one suits me down to the ground. Will I get the bigger airflow one? Absolutely, of course I will. The first thing that strikes you about the Skyline is quality. I can't impress on you more. It's just quality, quality, quality. I would imagine that they've inspected every single one of them with a fine tooth comb, and the quality control is just off the charts. Starting with the box, but for me, it's the product. Absolutely unbelievable. The other bonus, exclusivity. You can't just go and get yourself a Skyline. I would imagine as time goes on, they'll become easier to get. And if you like a medium airflow flavor tank, then no question, absolutely no question. I'm really only interested in flavor, and that's why this tank really perked my interest, because they said it's great for flavor, and they're 100% correct. The threads are unbelievably perfect. I mean, I know a lot of people say buttery smooth, but I mean, it's absolutely perfect. It never jams. You know, all the other, most tanks, if you over tighten or anything, you've got to get pliers or really force it. No matter how you screw this on, you're always going to get it, because the threads are just so perfect. I think, apart from flavor, which is off the charts, okay, because that for me is number one. But I think the thing that I love about this tank the most, other than flavor, is the fact that it does not leak. Not one iota. I mean, I've had this tank now for a week. I've taken it to the beach. I've taken it in the heat in the car. We went on holiday that's why I'm a bit sunburned. And this tank just performed. There was no leaking whatsoever. And that is, I mean, I don't know of a tank that does not leak. Even the Serpent Minis, which I love so much, if you don't wick it properly or you don't fill it properly, it leaks. This does not leak at all. Okay, to fill the tank, piece of cake. This top bit screws, and screwing it clockwise shuts off the juice control completely and utterly. Done. Then you unscrew this little ring, pop off the top, and you've got your kidney shaped holes. Real easy. Take any bottle, fill it up, pop this back on, and it fits in dead right, perfect. Take the little ring, pop that back on, done. No juice, no nothing, and then open up the juice flow control. And basically what the juice flow control is, the chimney goes down and blocks everything. When you unscrew it, it lifts up, and you get very nice bubbles there. I don't know if you can see the bubbles coming. Beautiful. I like it full open. No juice. Absolutely outstanding. Okay. What's next? Oh, the perennial airlock problem that we seem to suffer from. Absolutely, I've had this a week, and there has not been one iota of an airlock. I think the design is just absolutely perfect. The result is no airlock. Smooth airflow. Vapor production for a 22 ml tank is, okay, let's give this horns, shall we? And that's the other thing about this tank, is you don't fight with the tank. You take long, slow, beautiful inhales. Flavor number one. I've never had a tank with this flavor, not even close. To build and wick, piece of cake. I mean, it really is simple. What I'll do is I will pop in at the end of the video some of the how easy it is, pictures of the deck, and how I build and wick it. But it's really, really simple. The fact is, since the Skyline arrived, I haven't touched another tank at all. When I went away for 4 days up the coast to the beach and that, I took a whole, like I do when I travel, I take 4 or 5 devices, and never once did I touch any of the other devices, apart from one which I lent to a stinking smoker who was stinking up the place, and we converted him to a vapor. But look, if I have to find one complaint, the top is not flat, so I can't use my big fat, my big fat drip tips, which I like, but it's part of the design, and I managed to score a Ultim Whistler drip tip, which looks really good on this. And I have to say, first tank in living history that gets 10 out of 10. If you're into flavor and you want the perfect tank, get yourself a Skyline. It's been really nice to be with you. I'll take some photographs and pop them at the end of this video. See you again next time. HE Rocks, high end. Have a look. Have a look. While editing the video, there were a couple of things that I forgot to mention. Single coil tank. One thing that I didn't believe, which turned out to be true, is that with high-end tanks, you don't need to push 8,000 million watts. I am in fact pushing 28 watts on this tank. My build is a 24 gauge nichrome, 3mm diameter, 7 wraps, coming out at 0.58 ohm. It's a really comfortable, beautiful vape. The result is that my battery lasts a hell of a lot longer. So I have to say, Skyline, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'll see you next time, because I think my Hussar tank is on its way, my Sherman tank is on its way, so we're going to have some HE tanks to review. See you next time.
Oh, it's so nice to